Still mining there for Saint. So Saint, it's one expansion versus half an expansion. Distance mining going on for much, and still no one's touched that. I guess there's that Overlord pushing in there. Still, neither player has really touched the 3 o'clock positions across on the map. Saint's really been less concerned about establishing bases of his own and denying bases, I guess, too much. And honestly, I would just try to establish that right now, force Much to come to him. Much doesn't have a base. He now has a base. He could have done that, I would say, about 3 minutes ago, and that might have changed the kind of the timber of the game. But now he's going to have to do something to try to take that expansion out, I would say. I don't know if usually Zerg have better mobility just because they have faster units. I'm surprised he's not kind of using the fact that he can basically move his units between the 3 o'clock and the 9 o'clock more readily than Much can, and instead just running into Much constantly at the 9 o'clock. Now he's taking the 3 o'clock. Okay, so Saint now taking the 3 o'clock. I would say it's a little bit late though. More Psystorms going off. Looks like catching a Zealot a little bit there. Able to reinforce some troops here, but still a lot of troops on the ground for Saint, I would say. Now producing the Lurkers to assist in this, but that's a really anti-Lurker grouping there. You've got Archons, you've got Reavers, you've got High Templar, all three basically suited for getting rid of Lurkers, really, and devastating it. So honestly, ouch. Lurker drop right there getting annihilated as at the 9 o'clock. Or I'm sorry, I think that was, yeah, that was the 9 o'clock. Just absolutely getting worked there. More Lurkers up, a couple Ultralisks up as well, and some Zerglings alongside. So just some hero units here from Much, and he's bringing the rest of his Archons up. I think it's going to be mostly High Templar Archons at this stage, just because you have depleted gas that you can get, and some distance mining now from Saint at the 3 o'clock. Is you can Archons are 2 High Templar, and High Templar are essentially cheap. You've 50 minerals, the rest gas, and gas is replenishable. Another shuttle getting taken down. High Templar managing to be evacuated, but wow, it's really, honestly, I'm not sure what will happen. I'm not sure if Much is going to try to do is just going to keep absorbing these attacks and then maybe try to turn around and take out the 9 o'clock position. Only a single observer. Oh no, there is an observer alongside that single observer, really doing a work there, trying to detect for that entire area. Saint still has a lot of minerals there, and he's still got that expansion to the 3 o'clock. Let's see if he takes additional expansion. Is there an open expansion actually just south of here? I'm not positive. We'll see if he gets a Nidus Canal at that position as well to try to be a little bit faster about reinforcing. But both players just kind of setting up right now, and honestly, I think Much, we'll see what I'm kind of curious I'm not sure who to say whose game it is to win right now or to lose, because it's just so even. It's whoever's more cost effective, really, and Dark Templar pushing out, and I think, and we'll see if there's actually, that's expansion right there that they just crossed over is the one I'm really curious about. Because neither player has really made any sort of movement to it. There's Reaver dropping at the 9 o'clock. Gonna have to push back up. Dark Templars, though, in position to help. Wow, a lot of Dark Templar in position to help deal with this. And it looks like that Sunken Colony is down. That's going to open up things for the Reaver. But, Scourge being produced immediately. So it looks like... but the Dark Templar able to screen against that Reaver. So that Reaver's still going to be able to do damage and take out this 9 o'clock position, perhaps. Dark Templar is trying to work at that hatchery, but Ultralisk pushing in, able to clean up the Dark Templar. I think they were still able to get some drones there. But nice exchange there between the two players. I would still say that Much was able to delay Saints mining a little bit longer. Even bases, usually Protoss ends up ahead, kind of like with Terran, but honestly, this late in the game, and considering how starved both players are, it's just going to come down to efficient use of units, and those shuttles trying to escape, run away, get back to the Archons. The warm embrace of the Archons. It's friendly. There's nothing like having an Archon on your side like there. See that Scourge doesn't even. It's like, no, screw that. Psystorm in the dark to get rid of that. Killing an Overlord, actually. Every unit counts at this stage of the game, though. Able to kill that. And both players really just kind of trying to preserve things. Looks like Much is actually priming up for a storm drop. He wants to make sure that he can try to take that 3 o'clock down. Now Saint is doing something that, again, I was wondering why he's waited so long, trying to pick off that shuttles, try to take that 3 o'clock, and then just force Much to dedicate one direction or the other. Getting a plague off, able to plague the shuttle as well. That's going to help out quite a bit. Archon's not so much of a help, but did manage to get a Dragoon in there as well. Yeah, red blood, red grossness. Anyway, 3 o'clock position now going up for Saint, and if Saint can hold that, and continue to put pressure on Much, he will end up winning this game. Simply, and that was kind of, I think, the difference here between him really being ahead and me just wondering if he was going to really take this game or not. So Much evacuating his base, and this is going to be the key moment here, is how Saint reacts. If Saint can push down and take out Much's base, even if he loses the 3 o'clock position, he's going to end up winning the match, simply because Much isn't going to be able to sustain his army. He's not going to be able to recap that 9 o'clock once he's in position. Or Much can simply go for the army as well. I'm not sure if that's as advisable here. I really like the counterattack option and then cleaning up the attack force afterwards as a better option here. An army almost worth an expansion, especially this late. Psystorm going off all over those lurkers, and a lot of Archons in position. And this is why I was kind of worrying about taking on that attack force like that, is I don't know that he would be able to stop it with those units on the ground, whereas I think he could have taken out that 9 o'clock position, and then with units afterwards taken out that. But again, I'm not as good a player as these guys, so whatever. Anyway, Ultralisk's trying to wind up. That 3 o'clock position is going to, in fact, get taken out, and Swarm going down, getting the Reaver excellently able to pick off that Reaver, going to be able to pick off that High Templar as well. Unit streaming in. Now the question is can Much get back into position to that 9 o'clock to try to take out that expansion? So he is trying to ferry things over, just working down on that Nexus. Going to probably be able to take that Nexus out. But now will he have the Lurkers to try to reestablish this? Reaver's being dropped now. And I feel like if he still had those Lurkers alive from that initial attack force, oh, phew, I was thinking those Zerglings, that was what I was thinking was going to happen to those Zerglings. Scourge going to chase that shuttle off, though. So both players kind of being back into the starvation mode. Archon's able to save that shuttle. So both players back into starvation. Still at 1 base, though, over Much. Not much of a base, though. Not much of a base. I do that a lot, actually. I really can't say that. I'm not even going to call it a base right now. So both players working off whatever they have in the bank at this stage. Although I don't, I think that 3 o'clock, that lower 3 o'clock position was taken out by Much. Big engagement here. I think Much is going to come out with this, and I think that might actually put him in a good position to really take this game. Archons all across the front position. There was the Dark Swarm down, which really helps, but I still think Much is going to be able to... No, actually, I take it back. There were more Zerglings there than I really anticipated, and it looks like the Zerglings were able to get in front against the Dragoons. Dragoons not able to do any damage to the Ultralisks, and I guess there wasn't the Psystorm there to back it up. I thought the Psystorm had taken care of a lot of those Zerglings, and it was just Ultralisks in that group versus the Archons. And even then, Ultralisks, even though the Archons do less damage, they can still do some and wait for it to dissipate and pull out. Much not pulling out there and taking a lot of damage. He does have replacement force and distance mining once again at the 9 o'clock. Distance mining actually will put him ahead at this stage, though, and bringing up the Reavers, trying to pick off more units, able to pick off Keeley the Defiler, and I think that was 27 kills, but the Zergling's able to push through and pick off some probes. And again, these are probes that Much cannot afford to replace. Zergling's not able to get a lot of kills here. And the Zergling's actually not able to do a lot. Some more Psystorming the Scourge, actually.